Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the J22 Report. I am your host, Johnnie Market. You all know that drill. Hit that like button and subscribe if you already haven't. And I was going to do a video on some of the other bubbles that we see coming, but something else really, really crossed my eyes. And I decided I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to talk about anything else. I consider it a warning. Some will consider it doom porn. You're a doomer or whatnot. But of course, I said the stock market will do well this year. I do say there'll be a major crash coming, but not just yet. But something very alarming and revealing really crossed my eyes, and I'm going to share my screen. And it's not this, but I will go into this. Uh, BJ's Wholesales hikes membership fees for the first time in 7 years. So it's what I said after prices are going to go up in inflation. So that this is not it, but here's the other thing, just things I think prices will go up, but let's go here. CEOs quitting at a record pace. And I just saw the headline uh and it said this is in September of 2024, 50% increase from the first quarter of 2020 and 33. So, and then they say the uptick may be related to the link to the COVID pandemic, but look at the date 2024, the pandemic's over. So that's the dumbest. See, this is why you can't. They were loath to get rid of their leaders in the middle of a crisis. They're blaming it on, COVID, surprise, surprise. But so then they're saying like it's a retirement of the baby boomers. But I would love to know if something else is. I personally, my spidey senses, as Rahul would say. And here's the thing 2023. I normally would be like, okay, this is probably nothing, but to back up my spidey senses, go here, and this is something I just pulled a chart of corporate insiders. Corporate executive stock sales reach an all-time high. And this is S&P 500 index ratios to sellers. And if you look at it right here, this is 2025. See if I can move this here. Right here, this is the highest it's ever been. Last time it was this high was around 2020 or 2000. And so you have record amounts of CEOs quitting, and you have record insider selling. Now, they say there's many reasons someone sells, but only one reason they buy. This is a ratio of sellers to S&P 500 index. So you have to remember this is way higher, but the S&P was. And of course, you can tell there's a lag by selling, and there was not much selling here. So, but I think they're resigning because they know something's coming. And so that's the first thing. And just the last time we had mass amounts of departures like this was 2019. Of course, we all know what happened last year. Well, the other thing I want to show you is that this year was a record number. See, look at this. Yes, 2023 was a record number for CEO resignations. And you saw from the article I just recently posted, this year surpassed it. So 2024 is the new, on pace. It's not over to beat 2023, which was a record year. So this is a much higher departure, resignation rate than what we have in 2019. And it never gets talked about. All you hear about is the AI boom is going to change business forever. The AI boom was so great, and you wouldn't need many employees, streamline operations. Why wouldn't you want to be a CEO? AI does everything for you. It would be an easier. In fact, I would stay on. If this AI boom was real, I'd stay on and be a CEO. You get all the benefits. You get less work now because of AI. Maybe it's because they're lying, or maybe this is why. Maybe this is why they're resigning. U.S. banks now facing 515 billion in unrealized losses. And if you look at it, these are available for sale, but some of these are held to maturity. And these are a huge amount of losses. Because when you deposit, and the source is the FDIC, you can see right here. When you deposit, hold on, let me stop sharing for a second. Want to check something. All right. I'm going to reshare again. Because when you deposit your money into the bank, what do? They go and invest it. And what do? They bought bonds. That's probably what they do. And so the deposit numbers, they're not that much. The amount of deposits, which is liabilities for a bank, they don't have those covered. If a lot of people start withdrawing and they have to sell these held to maturity or available for security scales, that will constitute a bank failure. So maybe this is why they're resigning. So anyway, very very revealing stuff. And I do think these tax cuts or other things might be doing stuff. They might be able to prolong it. So I don't think this is immediate. I do subscribe to the safer banking research and I do plan on opening a bank, but I haven't opened one from their what's it called? Their list yet because I don't think it's immediate either. So not giving financial investment advice, just disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. But I will disclose, what I'm doing. So I mean, if I feel like it's relevant to disclose what I'm doing. If I buy some stocks, like I'm not going to talk about the gold stocks I own because one, I don't feel it's relevant. Two, I don't want to deal with the regulators or whatnot. Who knows? It doesn't matter. Everyone watching this video, if they just bought everything I owned, it wouldn't make the markets what. So technically, legally, I shouldn't be held responsible for anything because I don't influence the markets at all. But I just disclose for just transparency, and obviously, I'm not financial advisor. And I don't advise people to do what I do because I don't sometimes, if they don't have the stomach, like I was talking to my friend Rahul and he was like, I had him on. He's like, yeah, sometimes, I get out quicker or get in quicker and you have more of a methodical approach and sometimes you don't let things sort of take away your approach. So a lot of people, don't. So, but anyway, I'm just rambling now. Uh, that's all I'd say. Record amount of CEOs are resigning, and the previous record was last year. So this is some crazy stuff, and we haven't seen exodus like this since 2019. So anyway, let me know what you think. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you for listening all the way through. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you next video.